Hey guys, Neomis here. So for today's video, I'm going to be talking about our last game of the season against Burnley and my review on the game. Stay tuned. So it's been an interesting season, and the game against Burnley, Arsenal win 3-1 with two fantastic goals by Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, as well as to see Eddie Nketiah's first goal for Arsenal playing in the Premier League. So big congrats to Eddie Nketiah for that, and I know that that is the first of many for Eddie Nketiah in the Premier League. But let's get to kind of the game overall. I think Arsenal started very slow throughout the game when I was watching it on the stream online. Great kind of pass and move. Joe Willock started the game and produced a pretty good performance for a guy. I believe it was his first Premier League start for Arsenal, and he played reasonably well. I thought that he moved the ball very well. I thought he got in great positions. Also passed the ball really well as well, and I cannot fault him on his just general gameplay overall in the game. But he managed to last about 60 minutes before being brought on by Eddie Nketiah, who played the remainder of the minutes of the game. Starting goal was Bernd Leno, which I was really surprised at, because I thought maybe because it's Petr Cech's last game, or at least in the Premier League for Arsenal, I thought Petr Cech would probably start this game against Burnley. But all that really tells me is that the final of the Europa League, it probably means that Petr Cech will probably start that game in the Europa League, especially since he's a cup goalkeeper, and that would officially be Arsenal's last very game of the season. So Bernd Leno was in goal today. Then at right back we had Mustafi. We had Lichtsteiner, then Mustafi in defense with Mavropanos. Then Monreal was playing at left back. So you can see Emery was looking to rest a lot of players. So no Socrates in defense, no Koscielny, no Kolasinac. All of these players getting a lot of rest time and giving themselves a lot of rest time, especially with the game being in the next 2.5 weeks. Then in midfield, again, we had more changes. So we had Matteo Guendouzi in the midfield along with El Nene. And I know what you're thinking, like, that's a recipe for disaster. But the two actually played reasonably well. El Nene, obviously being El Nene, I thought he had a decent game. Guendouzi again also had a decent game as well, but we were going up against Burnley. I just think it's one of these type of systems where Emery's just looking to freshen up the squad, make sure that our players over the next few weeks are well rested and well ready in order to face Chelsea in the Europa League. So overall, didn't really have a problem with El Nene and Guendouzi within that position. So behind the front three, playing behind Aubameyang, we had a mixture of Iwobi, Mkhitaryan and Willock, who I thought played a very good game. Iwobi getting an assist for Aubameyang's second goal. I thought he played really well. And Mkhitaryan, for me, again, just being Mkhitaryan as usual. I thought he had a decent game overall, but nothing really special to kind of call out on Mkhitaryan to say, yeah, he did anything well. But overall, out of 10, I would have given him like a 6 out of 10 type of performance. Worked hard, tracked back, did what he needed to do, but nothing really special for me within the game. And then finally, obviously, we got the star man, Aubameyang, who scored 2 goals in this game and wound up being joint top Golden Boot winner with Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah this season in the Premier League. Overall, I think he's played really well. He's the primary reason why we're in this position, and I've said it time and time again. If it wasn't for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, we would be somewhere right now, I would say 7th, 8th or 9th place. And we would right there be trying to struggle to either make sure that we either finish 6th or we finish 7th, and then hope for City to do us a favour in the FA Cup finals. But thank God we have Aubameyang, a top striker who can go and bail us out of competitions and bail us out of just negative situations that we always seem to get ourselves in. But in the summer, we've got to improve that. We can't always be relying on Aubameyang and Lacazette to save us all the time. And that's where I think a lot of the signings that we are rumoured with will kind of come into place. But overall, it's been a decent season so far. Emery's first season. I know a lot of people online earlier on that I was checking today was commenting saying how, we bottled the top 4, we should have done better, but I completely disagree. I think, you know what, this was a game where, and this was a season where Emery's learning. Every single game this season, Emery has been learning game after game after game after game. And I think that with him going through this experience of going through his first season in the Premier League, and not just with the whole language barrier, but the way how other English teams play as well. We have, like, going through that as a manager, like, there is a learning curve. There is a learning curve. And for us to bring in a foreign manager and for him to be able to perform how he's done this season with all of these hindrances, even with a smaller transfer budget than most of the other top 6 sides, I think he's done absolutely phenomenal. Completely disagree with any other person, any other fan that's trying to tell me Emery out, because it's absolutely fucking bullshit. Emery's done a fantastic job this season so far. So far, I would only give him a 7 out of 10, but if he manages to win the Europa League, and he is the Europa League specialist, if he manages to help us out and we win the Europa League, that for me, that would be a 9 out of 10 performance this season. That would be absolutely brilliant. Like, there's been very few games this season that I've been like, you know what, that's Emery's fault. For me, it's probably only been about a handful of games that I've really been like, okay, what is he doing? Really, what is he doing? But the majority of the games so far this season, I think he's been absolutely fantastic. I really like a lot of his tactics. You know, he's made us a lot better against the top 6 sides, which last season our record against the top 6 was shocking. So he's really improved us, and certain players I do feel that have gotten a lot better. Alex Iwobi, a lot better throughout the whole season. Today he gets another assist, and I think that puts him at about 9 or 10 assists this season and about 4 goals. So I'll check up on that, but Alex Iwobi, I think, has had a decent season. He's improved. Hector Bellerin, before he got injured, has improved a lot. Rob Holding has improved a lot. And when you talk to other players who've worked with Emery, they always say, when Emery leaves, he improves sides. And I think that's the same thing with Arsenal. I'm looking forward to what the boys are going to do next season, whether that being in the Champions League or the Europa League. But I think it's nothing but positives so far this season. But guys, let me know what you think about how this season has gone. Do you think Emery has so-called bottled it? Or do you really think that, you know, Emery's had a decent first season so far? Well, more than decent first season in my opinion. But let me know your comments below on what you think Emery's first season has been. Let's get a kind of discussion going, because I'll be doing one final review of how the whole season has gone after the Europa League final, and then kind of it will be full transfers on. But guys, thank you for watching this video. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.